Hello doctors, get back to my channel. Today we learn on prostate nodes, and this is a diagram, and you can see in this some of the naming to this prostate. You can see the bladder, your VAS, urethra, seminal vesicles, prostate, and its capsule, ejaculatory duct, sphincters, bulbar glands, urethra, and spongy body. These are the features of some of the prostate. Next, if we enter into some details, it is an accessory gland, and in the females, prostate is represented by the paraurethral glands of skinny, and its situation, it is in lesser pelvis below the neck of urinary bladder, and its gross features like its apex is downwards, separates from the anal canal by the perineal body, and the base is upwards, continues with neck of bladder. It surfaces anteriorly, it is narrow and convex, where in upper part it has pubic bones and lower part it has urethra. Posteriorly, it is a triangular shape. Next, if I enter into its further details, it is separated from the rectum by the fascia of Dino Willis, which is obliterated retrovesical pouch of peritoneum. Inferior lateral surfaces, it is related to the side wall of pelvis, separated by the levator ani muscles. Zones of prostate, as this is most important, it is according to the MC Neal. According to MC Neal, the gland is divided into peripheral zone, central zone, and periurethral transition zone. In peripheral zone, you can see 70% it is in glandular tissue, and in central zone it comprises of 25% of glandular tissue, and the two zones form an egg cup like central zone, is not involved in any disease, and it is of Wolffian duct origin. And periurethral transition zone, it contains 5% from benign prostatic hyperplasia. It means your central zone and transition zone, it is called your central gland. And you can see some of the lobes, the prostate lobes gland was described into 5 lobes initially. Okay, as you can, okay, in this picture you can see zones: central zone, transitional zone, and peripheral zone. In this there are 5 lobes of prostate gland. There were, one is your anterior lobe, one is posterior, one is median, and 2 are lateral. As of now, in this glandular tissue, it is divided into 3 lobes, 2 lateral and 1 median. So, it is divided into 2 lateral and 1 median. But firstly, it was initially divided into 5 lobes, has 1 anterior, 1 posterior, 1 median, and 2 lateral. Next, there are some of the capsules of prostate. Your prostatic capsule, there are in 2 in number if it is normally, and 3 in number if the gland is some of it injured or any affected by the benign hypertrophy of the prostate. It has true capsule and false capsule. Your true capsule, it is formed by the condensation of peripheral fibrous stroma, as it is surrounded by the condensation of peripheral fibrous stroma. It contains some of the fibrous tissue. And false capsule, where it is derived from the pelvic fascia, it is outside the true capsule and forms prostate gland and urinary bladder in the same compartment. And you can see what are the changes in prostate gland. At birth, it will be small, and it composed mainly of fibromuscular stroma, and it is a rudiment of ducts. When you are coming into puberty level, there is a sudden increase in the size of the gland. So it becomes double the size of prepubertal size. Prepubertal size. And it is under the influence of a male hormone. It is under the testosterone hormone. There is a rapid proliferation of prostatic follicles which start secretion. Then third decade, There is a irregular epithelial infoldings in the lumen of the follicles, making them irregular. In fourth decade, what happens? The size of prostate remains constant and the epithelial infoldings in the lumen gradually disappear and amyloid concretions appear in the follicles. In fifth decade, it will reduce in size due to the benign hypertrophy and the cells become enlargement. It is and also called the senile atrophy. In this stage, there will be leads to the weakness of the cells. And the ligaments, there are pair of medial puboprostatic and pair of lateral puboprostatic ligaments. And blood supply, inferior vesicle, middle rectal, internal pudendal arteries. Nerve supply, sympathetic supply by superior hypogastric plexus, parasympathetic pelvic splenic nerves. Next, your lymphatic drainage. It is by iliac nodes or sacral nodes. Applied aspects, as you can see in this prostatitis, it is nothing but your inflammation of your prostate. It is prostatitis, as it may be any acute or chronic. Next is your benign prostatic hyperplasia, as it occurs in the periurethral zone. It means any cancers or carcinoma of the prostate occurs in this peripheral zone. You can write these two as applied aspects: prostatitis and benign prostatic hyperplasia. Your diagram, your prostate and your gross features, your zones of prostate, your lobes, capsules. What are the changes in prostate gland is most important. Ligaments, blood supply, nerve supply, lymphatic drainage. Thanks for watching SPN. For more updates, subscribe, like and share. Thank you.